What is going on, everyone? What a first day of the draft. Some surprise picks. We're going to talk about the winners and losers. And yes, you see, I got it on the Bengals gear, ready for the draft. Of course, the Cincinnati Bengals did not get a first round pick. That is because we traded it for Dexter Lawrence, in my opinion. What a great pickup for the Cincinnati Bengals. But yeah, man, let's dive into it. Let's talk about the winners and the losers and the surprise picks of the first day of the NFL draft. With today being the second day of the draft, both rounds 2 and 3 will happen tonight, man. Yeah, let's get into it. Of course, number one, I believe everybody knew for Fernando Mendoza. Shout out to him. I'm from Indiana, so shout out to the guy that played for Indiana, man, and led them to the national championship. Fernando Mendoza. I am a Bengals fan, but I am not a hater, so I will be fair in these assessments on the draft. I'll keep it real with you. But Fernando Mendoza, I believe that was a given. He was going to go. The Raiders, they just need help everywhere, to say the least. So, they got Mendoza. He'll probably sit behind Kirk Cousins year one. And then they got that guy from Boise State. It's early. It's slipping my mind. And then they got Brock Bowers, So, give him. The Raiders will need 2, 3, 4 years before they're good again. Second pick, David Bailey goes to the Jets. To me, the Jets are the winners of day one, the first round. They made some major key alert. They added some major pieces, some major keys to this team that will make them at least competitive just day one. They added 3 starters in one night. And David Bailey, let me see here. They added David Bailey, Omar Cooper Jr., and Keon Sadiq. Those are all day one starters. Kenyon will start at tight end. Omar Cooper will probably get 35. I would say he'll probably get 40 to 50 receptions this season. And David Bailey, day one starter. Probably get 6, 7 sacks his rookie year. Calling it right now. To me, the Jets won day one. 3 first round picks, all starters. Crazy. Jets had a great day one. I'm just being real. Jeremiah Love was a surprise pick to me. The Cardinals take Jeremiah Love with the 3rd pick. Yes, the running back from Notre Dame goes number 3 to the Arizona Cardinals. This surprised me because I know teams are they want to stay cheap on running backs. They want to stay on the cheaper side. The Cardinals will be paying Jeremiah Love $50 million in guaranteed money. And that's just his rookie deal. Just imagine when it's time to come re-up. We're talking Saquon Barkley numbers. This dude's going to be wanting 20, 25, 30 million. Who knows what the market cap is going to be in 4 years, 5 years. This guy's going to be wanting 30, 40 million a year, like what the receivers are making, if he has a great career going forward. Titans take Carnell Tate. I believe you give Cam Ward another weapon. That's great for the Titans. Then the Titans also go and take Kendrick Falk out of Auburn. So they address the offense and the defense side of the ball. They had Falk there to go with Simmons. I know they went and got some other defensive players. So look for the Titans just to keep adding to depth and keep building that roster up. I like the Titans in a few years. I think Titans can, in about 2 or 3 years, I think you could see the Titans back in the playoffs. New York, they go Arvell Reese. I think Arvell Reese was a good pickup. I almost think the Giants could have went Caleb Downs here. To me, yes, Arvell Reese, the best linebacker in the draft, is a great pick. Actually, I would keep Arvell Reese. We'll talk about their second pick. They do go and get a tackle in Francis. I'm not gonna butcher that last name. The tackle out of Miami. Why don't you go and get a guy like Caleb Downs? Solidify that back end of that defense. You give up Dexter Lawrence to my Bengals. Well, you didn't give him up. You got the 10th pick for him. But why not, just add to that defense? You gave up somebody in the front, add somebody in the back who's a run stopper, who just is a magnet to the ball, playmaker. To me, they dropped that second pick. To me, I believe they could have did a lot of damage with the 5th and 10th pick. But we'll see how it goes. They address a tackle. You got to keep your quarterback up. So why not? All right. The Kansas City Chiefs, they make a move from 9 to 6. They was like, there's a guy here we cannot lose. The best DB in the draft. So they go Mansour Delane out of LSU corner. We all know Kansas City gave up Trent McDuffie to the Los Angeles Rams. So they were like, hey, we need to make a move. We need a day one starter. Delane will be a day one starter. He's pretty much the same build as Trent McDuffie. I believe the Kansas City Chiefs made a great pick in moving up 3 spots for that guy. Great pick. Washington, they get Sonny Styles. You'll get Bobby Wagner retiring soon. Cleveland, they go tackle Spencer Fanu. I noticed a lot of the AFC North went offensive line in the first round. Because hey, the Bengals, that D line, we coming, baby. What Prime say? We coming. Pause. We coming. And then the Cowboys, they go and get Caleb Downs. They actually traded up 1 spot, I believe, to grab Caleb Downs. They were like, hang on. We are not about to lose this first round in this draft. They're not about to be talking about us. So they go and get Caleb Downs, which is a great pick for this defense that needs pieces, especially at corner, I believe. I believe they're struggling at corner. Look for them to make some moves in the second and third round to try and get some guys. A lot of corners fell in this draft. I expected the guy from Tennessee. I think McCoy. I thought he was going to go first round. He was projected to go 17th on PFF. Miami goes Proctor, tackle from Alabama. Whoa. And then the LA Rams are on the board, right? The pick is in. They go quarterback Ty Simpson. Now, let's dive into this pick a little bit. You still have Stafford for maybe guaranteed this year and maybe next year, right? Well, next year, then the year after. We'll say that. So you probably have Matthew Stafford probably 2 more years, guaranteed 1 more. And you use your first round pick and Ty Simpson, quarterback from Alabama. Now, I see around the league they were giving this pick an A. Ty Simpson, he was in the running for the Heisman early on. He was balling out in the first half of the season and then kind of fell off. I know that Alabama team struggled with the run game and protection and things like that. But with the first pick, you probably could have got Ty Simpson in the second round. Because who else in this draft order needed a quarterback other than maybe the Steelers? You probably would have lost him to the Steelers. But I think you could have made. I don't know. I'm torn because the Rams don't have a lot of holes. You got Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams. You just added Trent McDuffie. Your defense is pretty solid. You just revamped your secondary, which which was lackadaisical. I don't know what you want to call it. It was rough. So you went and got Ty Simpson in the first round. Fuck Stetson Bennett. He's not going to be. He might as well go play in the UFL. Goddamn. Baltimore boo. They go guard Penn State. I'm not gonna butcher that name. 15. My Buccaneers. They get Reuben Bain. Reuben Bain falls all the way to 15. Well, not all the way. He's still gonna get paid. But this was a name that you heard the entire process leading up to the draft. Reuben Bain was one of the main names that you heard leading up to the draft. Again, we went on the Jets. They take Kenyon Sadiq. I didn't expect him to go. Well, I knew he was probably the best tight end, but yeah, this is probably about where I expected him to go. Lions, they reach for Blake Miller, I believe. Minnesota goes for Caleb Banks. The Panthers, they draft Monroe Freeling, tackle out of Georgia. They reached a little bit. They probably could have filled another position on the defense or gave Bryce another weapon for this coming up season because they were close to making to the playoffs. Did they make the playoffs? Well, they were close to making the playoffs. The Steelers, Schittsburg, they selected tackle. You see the AFC North, they went offensive line. Because, the Bengals, we coming, baby. We coming. I'm not taking this jersey off all weekend. No shower. Dirty ass. Let's go. Chargers, they get like a 25-year-old edge rusher, 25 years old. I mean, that's old. I mean, by the time he plays out his rookie contract, he's going to be 30. Just let that sink in. Dallas, they get an edge rusher. Browns go KC Concepcion, trying to get Sanders some weapons. Boy, they should have went all offense. They should go all offense this draft. They got a tackle to protect him. You got to keep your quarterback up. Now get him a weapon. Let's get it right. Let's get it tight. Bears take Dillon. Texans take Keelan Rutledge, probably the best guard in this draft. Dolphins take Chris Johnson, corner, out of San Diego State. Patriots take tackle out of Utah, Lomu. Kansas City, they beef up that defensive line with Peter Woods. And then the Jets go back and get Omar Cooper Jr. out of Indiana. So the Jets, they got an edge rusher, a tight end, and Omar Cooper Jr. They got your boy 2 weapons on the offensive side at a tight end and another wide receiver to go along with Wilson over there in New York. And then the Titans with Kendrick Falk, and then the Seahawks with the last pick. They go and get a running back out of Notre Dame, Jadarian Price. So that was your day one draft. A lot of trades started happening at the end. The Bengals did not get a first-round pick because they traded their 10th pick to the Giants for Dexter Lawrence. And with that being said, I think the Bengals won day one of the draft without having a pick. The Bengals won day one of the draft without having a single pick. Because there's not one guy there who sat there at number 10 who could change the franchise just like picking up Dexter Lawrence did. Picking up Dexter Lawrence made Cincinnati's Bengals defense, or just team in general, a contender for the playoffs. And it made that defensive line dangerous. Because now you have Dexter Lawrence, Jonathan Allen, B.J. Hill. That's going to free up some guys. Now we can get some guys, 2 guys that we took in the first round. And Miles Murphy, we took him in the first round. And Shamar Stewart, we took in the first round. Now it's time for these guys to start getting some one-on-ones, getting off the edge. And then this year would be a telling year. If Shamar Stewart and Miles Murphy cannot get off this year, best believe we probably take a defensive end first round next year. Yeah. But with that being said, today is the second round and the third round. I believe it starts at 7 p.m. I was supposed to go live last night, but my allergies were messing with me. And I kind of just wanted to chill like everybody else and just watch. I knew there'd be so much coverage over the draft last night and then after post draft. So I was just like, you know what? I'll get up in the morning. I'll talk about it with you guys. And that's how we're gonna do it. We will be tuned in. I'm not gonna guarantee. I might go live tonight. Or we might go just talk about it again after. I might upload again tonight. But with that being said, make sure you guys subscribe to AFC Stripes. Your boy Anthony here. You see, we repping our team, Cincinnati Bengals. I'll get back with you guys with another one. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. We going up. Let's go.